First question live on Sky was, "Oh, Jonathan Davies, you're picked ahead of Brian O'Driscoll. That must mean you're a better player than him." And I was like, "Oh my God."
You took Brian O'Driscoll's place for that third lines test. You know, that must have been an awkward one as well, especially when you're all away on a tour and you're still seeing each other.
I remember that Foxy was going around camp cock of the hoop after he got named in the team that day. He didn't mind O'Driscoll being dropped at all, while the rest of us were nearly in tears, like. But you had a good man to fill his boots anyway.
It was a weird one. It was an eventful week, to say the least. And I think the morning the team was being announced, Gats and Rob Howley called me in to the office, and I was playing 12 in the first 2 tests, and they said, "You need to learn the role for this move for the 13 jersey." And I was like, "Okay." And I started smiling, and they're like, "Oh, you all right?" I said, "Yeah." And I just said like, "Oh, it's all going to kick off soon." The team was announced, and we get on the bus to go to training, and obviously being a younger member of the squad, I was down the front, and I hadn't earned my stripes to be at the back at that point. And fair play to Dricko, he walks past, shakes my hand, congratulates me, and there was a responsibility then to make sure we went out and won the third test, and thankfully we did in fine fashion. And yeah, I just remember doing press one night. They were like, "Oh, we're going live on Sky Sports now." First question live on Sky was, "Oh, Jonathan Davies, you're picked ahead of Brian O'Driscoll. That must mean you're a better player than him." And I was like, "Oh my God." Obviously it was a talking point, but there was 45 people out there trying to win a test series, and thankfully we went out there and did a job, and we all had beers together afterwards, and those couple of days afterwards are some of the best memories I've had in rugby. I can't remember much of it, but like honestly, it was just the best times you have as a rugby player, and that's the thing you feel at the moment with obviously no crowds and not being able to do the social things, is the younger generation, the boys are experiencing it for the first time and not getting a taste of that. But, one of the best things about your first cap or first test in Cardiff is the bus journey into Cardiff. You see the fans lining the streets and everyone applauding you and probably chucking pints at Shawnee's bus and stuff like that.
My very first experience at Cardiff, I don't know if I've told you this before, was the place is going mental. The atmosphere is electric. You have Irish lining the streets. You have the Welsh that love the Irish, and everyone's just having a big party. But my very first time going down that way, there was these 3 girls, and they were to the left hand side, and you could see them so clearly because all had like white tops and these little short skirts on them.
And cowboy hats. That's a trend in Cardiff.
Yeah. That actually, I think they did actually have cowboy hats. But as we were driving, the bus was driving past, I was like, this must be an absolute wind-up. They're trying to distract us here, obviously. Up with the skirts, and they all mooned us, so they did. The Irish bus. I was like 21 or 2 at the time, kind of completely wet behind the ears. I was like, what is going on here?
Yeah. Everyone loves playing in Cardiff. Everyone loves playing in Cardiff.
You've been watching the House of Rugby Season 3 on Joe.